Hi, so today again we are going to discuss one of the concept which is very relevant for any leader because most of the time when you go to the office you have so many tasks to do, a lot of things coming from your team, something coming from the board, something coming from the customer side. Uh, how to know where you have to focus, how to know what you have to delegate, and therefore this is metrics which we all know about it, we have heard about it. I'm not sure how many people really follow it, but I personally really follow it because it helps when you are at the leadership level. One side is, as we always say, something which is very urgent, something is not very urgent. Other side is something very important, and something which is not of that importance, which is, we call it, not that important. So something which as a leader you have to focus as an individually, something very urgent and very important. This is something which you make a list. Every day you have to find out what are the things which is there as an urgent and something which is important. I personally make a list, whether it's on a paper, whether it's on my iPad in Notability. I created, this is something which I have to finish it off. This is something what leader need to do it so that they don't miss out something which is very urgent or very important. It can be like, for my organization, every 5th I have to release my P&L, so I make sure that on 5th it is written that today P&L has to go to the board members. On the 2nd we run a cash flow statement. On 3rd we run the consumption report. So these are the certain things which are very urgent and important. We cannot miss the timelines, and therefore this is something which I need to focus. There can be another thing which is urgent but not important. These are urgent thing but not important. This is where it comes your leadership team, where you can delegate. So this can be a list which can be delegated. What you can do in the morning, you segregate, you create those two buckets, something where you are going to focus, which are urgent and important, and the second one which is urgent but not important, you can call your team members, something related to marketing, give it to director marketing, something related to the customer interaction, give it to the customer service. So this is the item list which you can delegate. Obviously at the end of the day or the next day morning, you can monitor what are the tasks which has been completed, has it been completed, is there any support which is required, is there any feedback which is required. But this is something which you can delegate. The third part is, which is not urgent but important. Not urgent in the sense like you are in the month of October and you have 3 months to really work upon and do a lot of workshop to create strategy for the next year, or you have 3 months time to create annual operating plan for the next year. You are starting this exercise in October, will end in December, and obviously therefore you have to schedule it. What time, when you have to do the workshop, when you are going to do offsite, what are the time people are going to interact with each other, when you are going to do inter-department meetings to really create a strategy for the long run. So these are the things which is not urgent at that particular moment, but these are important. You cannot ignore the strategy in the long run require. The appraisal which start in October ends in December, and then we work on it. In many organizations start in January, ends in March. So you can schedule these activities so that it get completed within the timeline, but because it's not urgent, something cannot be on that particular day's list. And the last is, which is not urgent, not important. You have to either keep it in a back burner where you do not know, maybe after a few days or after a few weeks you want to again scan that list with your intellect and experience and try to find out, is there something which is missed out initially, which is actually urgent and we have kept it a non-urgent. Otherwise this is something which you have to delete. So every day when you go into office you will get a lot of things. It comes either which is important and urgent, which you have to focus, which you have to work. Please make sure that you have a list. Believe me, religiously, every day evening I see out of 10 or out of 12 how many items list I have completed. And the second one, which is urgent but not important, that I have to delegate. Obviously you have to monitor within your team, but this is something which goes to your team as a delegation part of it. Third is not urgent but important, which is scheduling, which can be lot of things which you need to work upon, but you have 3 months to complete, 4 months to complete, and therefore you have to schedule the meetings, you have to schedule the brainstorming session, you have to schedule the feedback session, and you have 3 months time to complete. And the last one which you have to delete, which is neither important nor urgent, you can keep it in the back burner. You can go through that list after few weeks to really find out if something has been kept there unnecessarily. If not, this is the list which you should not do it. People talk about time management. I believe this metrics really because there is nothing called time management. It's all about how you're going to manage your priority, how you're going to manage yourself for that particular day or for that particular month. And therefore I follow this. If you follow this, your time management will always be in place, and you will never miss out something which is very urgent and important, because at that level your communication, your sharing on information, your certain things where your input is required urgently, and which is something which cannot be ignored. Believe me, you will be on track if you follow this, where you have to take the list, you have to delegate, you have to reschedule, and something which you have to delete. I strongly recommend to leaders, do not shy off of creating a list of urgent and important for yourself. Nothing wrong about it, and at the end of the day you will figure it out how many are left. There can be a spillover because you are not able to finish off all the 10 tasks which you have taken. Maybe another 2 will go to for the next day. Take that to the next day and start again working on what is urgent, what is important for that day. This is something which is required because there is so much of things is coming. You have to delete the noise which is coming, and really make sure that you are focusing on something which is urgent and important. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.